Hi, I'm Evan and welcome to my fish room. Today's video will be what in my opinion is the best beginner fish out there, and that would be the betta. Some of you may notice that my face is clean shaven. That's because I got a job that may require me to be in hazardous areas where dangerous gas releases such as H2S or benzene may occur. So enough about me, and let's get back to the betta talk. Bettas are excellent for beginners because they're an extremely hardy fish. They're typically sold in cups at pet stores, and they will survive in those cups for quite a while because they have a labyrinth organ that allows them to breathe oxygen from the air. So if the tank isn't perfectly cycled, they can still breathe oxygen from the air and not be too affected by the ammonia or nitrate. So for the new aquarist who doesn't fully understand how to cycle an aquarium, the betta should survive that process. A male betta should be kept in a tank with no other betta. Female bettas can be kept together in what they call a sorority, but that's not really a good idea for a beginner. Betta sorority tanks can have aggression issues and egg-bound issues, so I don't recommend that for the beginning aquarist. Stick with the male betta and put him in a tank by himself. Once you've gotten good at keeping the water parameters correct for your solitary male betta, you can look at adding other small fish into the aquarium. Just make sure they aren't knowing fin nippers, and they're quick enough to get away from the betta if he decides to chase them. Cories would be good. Other small tetras like neons, harlequin rasboras. I keep mine on his own with just a few ram's horns. So this is my betta. He's a crown tail type. One of the great things about bettas is they come in so many different varieties and colors that you should be able to find a color or a fin pattern that you like. There's many different styles to choose from, and I'm sure you can find one to suit your taste. And many different price points. They're usually inexpensive. I got him for $10. Typically at PetSmart or the big box stores, you can get them in the $5 range. They're always sold, usually in cups. Typically, it's not a huge deal. I know it's kind of a controversial subject for a lot of people. But bettas are typically all born in captivity now, and have spent most of their lives living in small cups, even at the breeders. For tank size, I don't think anyone should really be going smaller than 5 gallons. I know some people can do it in less, but it's just so much easier in a bigger size aquarium. This guy has a 10-gallon all to himself. It's heavily planted. It's all dwarf Sagittaria. There's a few ram's horn snails I threw in there to clean the glass. I actually do not run man-made filtration in this tank. The plants do all the filtration for me. And for one fish, that's more than enough. If you're keeping more of a non-planted type aquarium, say like a glow tank or fake plants, decorations, crazy colored gravel, I recommend a small filter. You can get a small sponge filter. Those are really inexpensive. Plus the air current will allow a little bit of flow in a betta tank. You don't want a lot of flow. In fact, this tank has zero flow. There's also very small hang on the back style filters available on the market too. Heat is important with a betta. I heat the fish room, but if I were to move this tank up to the living room like I've been talking about doing for quite a while now, I would throw a little 50-watt heater in this 10-gallon aquarium. If I had a smaller If I had a 5-gallon aquarium, I'd probably go with something like a 25-watt heater. Feeding bettas is not hard. They like bloodworms. They also enjoy betta pellets you could buy at the store, specifically marketed for bettas. For me, I feed so many fish in my fish room that I just feed them a high protein pellet that I feed the other fish. I also give them flake food every now and again. I give them the frozen bloodworms. I give them frozen brine shrimp. I don't recommend keeping bettas in bowls and vases such as these. It's just not a very good environment for a fish. For the beginner hobbyist, 5 gallons or more, just that extra volume gives you the leeway. And at least in my area, a 10-gallon tank is usually cheaper or the same price than a 5-gallon, just because they're more mass produced than the smaller tanks. Well, thank you for watching. If you're just starting off in the fish hobby, a betta is an excellent choice to get your foot in the door, as they're a little more forgiving than most fish out there. In summary, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned aquarist, a betta can be a rewarding fish to keep and a great learning experience all around. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content along the line and maybe see if I ever get my beard back, please hit the subscribe button and follow along and smash that like button on the way out. Thank you.